Welcome back to Talk of the Town on Super Talk 1270.
You're tuned to Talk of the Town on a Friday free-for-all. I'm Steve Bakken, your host. This hour of the program brought to you by Big Boy. Just get in line and moves fast, as well as Dvorak Motors, where you're family for a lifetime. Joining us on the program at 10 o'clock, we've got Bill Panos, DOT Director. He is short-term, as he is resigned that position. We'll find out more with Bill when we come back after the top of the hour. Right now, Carel Two Eagle in with us in the studio. Strong, secure, single-men's housing cooperative. You can check out single.mens housing.cooperative.com. And you've got another meeting coming up at the Bismarck Public Library.
Yeah, tomorrow at 2:30 in room C in the front basement. And this time we'll have the entire grant application on paper for anybody that wants to look at it. And it's, unless somebody comes up with some change that we need to make, it's finally going out. This is 31 months.
Wow. And this is an area that, there's really a gap in housing for single men that may be in a situation of homelessness, that this is an opportunity for them to get out of that cycle of homelessness, because really we've got a bunch of nonprofits in the community that do a wonderful job, but this is a place that there's been a gap.
Yeah, it seems to be culturally unfashionable to be a man, especially a single
I've
man.
heard that.
Yeah.
My wife tells me that all the time.
Yeah, it's
especially when I walk out of the closet, you're wearing that. I'm a guy. Come on.
I radically disagree with this unfashionable thing. You don't have to look, but
be the part, don't look the part.
That's it.
Yeah,
there you go.
Substance. Yeah.
And it was homeless men that asked me to find a better way for them than what's available. And last year, 2021, more than 400 men in the Bismarck area couldn't get housing because of landlord discrimination and the fact that there's only one shelter that takes men, and it doesn't treat them well. It violates their rights on a regular basis, but they won't go back to living under trees.
So explain to the listeners where you got involved with this. 31 months you've been working your butt off for this, and where was your involvement? What was your spark?
Okay, homeless men asked me to do this. That was it. And I was staying at the shelter. I could have gotten out of there, but I decided to stay there when I realized the extent of the violations of civil and constitutional rights that were a daily thing. And so I gathered data practically in my sleep. I mean, I've got 2 degrees in chemistry. It's a knee-jerk reaction for me. And then men asked me. They said, "Can't you find a better way?" They said, "You have a reputation for pulling rabbits out of hats." And I thought, I do? Okay, sure. If you think so, I'll try. What the heck? I got nothing to lose. I did not think it would take this kind of time, but in order to establish this, I had to find out what the approaches were for these men. And it was rent, or rent, provided you could find a landlord who would take you. And even though landlord discrimination is illegal, there are some judges who will basically say, so what? And they'll side with the landlord because it's a landlord complaint. They don't care. And these guys are not inherently more flawed than anybody else. They just ended up behind the iron door. I tell them the difference between them and the rest of us is they got caught.
Yeah.
And that's it. But there are legislators who have said on the floor of the House and Senate in North Dakota, these men are flawed. They cannot learn. We need to keep them under our thumb forever. And my hair just about stood on end, which is saying something because it's 2 feet long.
We're supposed to be a society about redemption and second chances and sometimes third chances. And sometimes that gets lost in the minutia of government.
Yeah, and it seems to be kind of a normal thing, and it's just so terribly wrong. These are people who these legislators and other community figures will say, they talk about family values. Well, these men are somebody's son, brother, nephew, husband, father, cousin, uncle. That's family.
And sometimes people just need that extra hand up.
And they do. And this is not a handout. The grant that I did 95% of the work on and then came back and pestered you men on the board.
Well, and one of the things I like about this too is there's an ownership stake, and things for me are always more successful when people have skin in the game.
Yeah,
you're working for yourself at that point, and that's what this provides. As far as the meeting tomorrow, library 230, room C downstairs at the library. Who should attend?
Anybody and everybody that's interested in this. Single men for sure. Men who have been trespassed, by the way, can get the trespass lifted. I've talked to the library people, and Christine, the library director, wants a note that you would like this trespass lifted, I suppose with a reason why, and she will review the files. It's not an instant process, but all they have to do is get a letter to, or a note to the library director at the Bismarck Veterans Memorial Public Library in Bismarck, North Dakota, and she'll look it over and she'll let people know.
Strong, secure, single men's housing co-op. You can check that out online at singlemenshousingcoop.com. Meeting tomorrow, 2:30, library room C.
Yep. They can also check it out on YouTube.
And yes, the YouTube channel as well. Carol, thanks for coming in this morning.
Thanks for having us.
This is Talk of the Town on Super Talk 1270 on a finally Friday, a little Friday free-for-all, although it seems like Thursday today. It's that Monday holiday thing. Bill Panos after the top of the hour, DOT Director on Super Talk 1270.
KLXX AM, Mandan, Bismarck, a Town Square media station, broadcasting from the View Community Credit Union Studio. Here's national news at the top of every hour on Super Talk 1270.